All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Actually Comics. My name is Tristan, and I'm joined tonight by Bob.
As for a change.
For a change, we decided to include Bob in this one just because he asked.
I've been here every time, and they've never let me come on. I made you spit soda.
All
Success already.
Yes, great. There's a bunch of comics, so we're just going to talk about it. And also, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, you should do that.
There's two things. Me wanting to sleep and lots of comics. So we're going to talk about lots of comics, and we're going to talk about how it is when I sleep.
And also, plus side, I didn't read very many comics because I went to the bar and drank 2 beers instead with my friends.
Oh, my God.
Such a jerk.
You're like a fucking Sublime song, only with beer instead of joints.
Nothing like that. I did open and flip through almost every comic.
You drank 2 beers before you drank 2 beers, and then you drank 2 more.
I don't know Sublime songs enough to get that reference.
Good. Clearly, you're a better person than I am. Anyway, Amazing Spider-Man. It's the most amazing of all the Spider-Mans. This is... I like this series a lot, but man... everything that relies on the Sin Eater storyline is so fucking weird.
It's pretty dumb.
I mean, it relies on this conceit about sin existing as a physical form that can be that as an energy that exists in the
form
world.
That can travel between bodies.
That is a hard conceit for me to buy, even in a book where a man is a spider.
Exactly, especially as an atheist.
Well, sure, as an atheist, it's weird, but it's just weird in general. I mean, I think even a Christian would be like, so, wait, you can transfer sins from person to person and God's cool with that?
Just take this murder I committed and I'll put it in. I'll put it over in you. And you enjoy that murder and I'll be going to heaven.
Yeah. I'm
on my way. Sin. Fast track to heaven. It was pretty dumb, but it had decent art and it has terrible covers. Every cover of it is terrible. And
as the solicit says, that John Romita, that
I hate every cover.
Every time I see somebody who I know is inking a book like this, and I see that they've blacked out a face and a big portion of it, you know that they spilled something on it. There's no way around it. He spilled something on this fucking cover, and then he covered it up by making the face all blacked out.
All I can say is that if I bought the Mickey Mouse cover, that means that every cover is fucking garbage. Anyway, moving on.
I do kind of agree with you. This is setting up the next 24 issues, according to the solicit. So this is a very important issue.
I love the big deal they made of that online. 24 issues, and I'm like, it's like Spider-Man. It comes out twice a month. It's not really that long.
Yeah. But it is interesting because that it is. I don't know. I like where they're going with it. Yeah. And I like the story. So
that's fine.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I am pleased with Amazing Spider-Man right now.
It's pretty dumb, but I like dumb things because that's,
yes.
I like comic books.
I, too, am a fan of dumb things, but even I could not abide American Psycho, which
just
adds
looked
absolutely nothing to the oeuvre of either horror or remakes or movie tie-ins or literally anything. There's no point to it existing.
Pretty plain Jane art in it, too.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I didn't read it, obviously. I spoiled the entire thing by saying I didn't read anything, but
I did, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the movie myself.
To be fair, I hate the book and the movie, so I'm probably not the market for this.
That's the thing.
And yes, I understand that it's irony and all that, but it's like I don't want to see it. It's like what's the shitty show? The Trailer Park Boys that everyone loves. Everyone but me loves, and it's like you can tell where someone grew up by their love of Trailer Park Boys. In general, they're either someone who lives in a city and has no experience with people who are like this, or they live in the country and they're still living the life of those people who are in Trailer Park Boys, because the rest of us have fucking panic attacks while watching it, and they're just like, God, get them away from me.
I haven't watched enough Trailer Park Boys to have an opinion on it. Because I'm not a huge TV fan in general, but I find that in general with a lot of these things that people love, they tend to be it's kind of average, but it just like people love it. And it's
Sure.
like Always Sunny in Philadelphia for me is like that. It's just like, it's just average. It's just
I
like,
get
it's
why
not,
people would love that, but I do not. I
just
don't
don't-
like it because it's too uncomfortable for me.
yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just like, to me, it's just like, it's average.
It's Bob and Tristan hate on TV shows.
Yes,
a
I know.
podcast. But you know what? Welcome
We're
to
like,
Riverdale
let's
is out.
go through this comic
Really
books fast, and we'll
then
talk about TV
we'll
shows.
Bitch about TV shows
Yeah.
that everyone loves, but us. Welcome to Riverdale.
If you're a
comic
fan
book.
of Riverdale, you're probably a fan of this comic book.
and the welcoming of you to the comic book.
Welcome back, baby. It's like Cotter, but Riverdale.
Yes, and speaking of welcoming someone back, hey, it's our old friend Ashley, and he's back in Army of Darkness
Pog farm.
forever.
Nice. This looked fine.
Yeah, I mean, these have been consistently as good as you could expect for a tie-in. I think I like these. I mean, ever since Dynamite took it over, I think it's been great.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that was a million years ago, but
Well, we have turned a corner. For me, I have turned a corner in terms of like, I no longer assume that every Dynamite comic is garbage. Because of the quality
I agree.
of some of their books, like the Elvira stuff and the Betty
Betty
Page stuff.
and- it's
like it is no longer like I used to be like every comic that Dynamite puts out is trash. Now I'm like, not every comic book
No,
that they
it's
put out
not.
is trash. Some
And-
is. Some
and,
some
yeah,
still
yeah,
are.
and but there are some amazing people working on some really great books.
Yeah.
And of course, Taylor is somebody who
Yeah.
I worked with and I think is amazing. But he also works on the Elvira comics, so it's easy to.
He works on the good ones.
He works on the one that has been consistently perfect the entire time.
Nice.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
He also works at Xenoscope. So you know what, Taylor, I love you, but you know.
I haven't read a Xenoscope comic in a long time.
Actually,
You don't really
that's-
get those.
You know what? That's unfair. I haven't either. So you know what? I could be full of shit too.
Yeah, you don't really get them for the show.
I
so
should
know right
not make those sweeping statements.
You have a huge control over what I actually read. It's kind of funny if you think about it.
Evil.
you have
I'm-
huge control over my media intake.
It's weird because I do realize that is a horrible responsibility, and I can literally just like cut things out that I'm like, I don't think people should see
I don't
this.
like this. I'm canceling this. You have the power to cancel. The real cancel culture is Coast
right
City
here.
Comics. Coast City Cancel Comics.
Coast City Cancel Comics. Oh man,
Cancel.
I found an old issue of Superman in the bins when I was over listing stuff on the website, and it was issue 50 of the new series, and it was the Superman's back issue, and at the bottom it said Crisis of Covered Kryptonite, and it was 3 giant K's in a row, and I was like,
God.
DC, what the fuck are you doing? It was literally the Krusty comic comeback special or whatever it was.
Nice.
I literally looked at it and went, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
And it really isn't good. It's not a good look, guys.
I mean,
Do
I read.
not put 3 big K's together on anything.
You shouldn't do it. It's like that Clark Kent album that Stuart Copeland. Not Stuart Copeland. Is it Stuart Copeland? No, it's the drummer from the Police.
Yeah, Stuart Copeland.
Yeah. He had the Clark Kent. And it's like his solo thing. KK is Clark Kent, but the logo was like it's like Clark Kent with K's. It's honestly, it's
Right.
a great
Sure.
record.
I mean,
Both
he's a
all
great
of this stuff
drummer.
is, but he's a great singer and songwriter too. It's
Oh,
like
nice.
it's really good. It's a 10-inch green vinyl if you find it. It's like a full size record, but there's like a 10-inch inside it. Anyway, blah blah blah. The logo is literally KKK. It's like condensed into like a square too. It's like it's not even.
Learn your lessons.
Also, speaking of things, like I read Hellboy Jr. this morning. Ooh, there's some shit in there that I'm just like. Someone was saying, I love seeing this in the kids section. I was like, no, don't put that there. That's not for kids. Not at all. Not
Well,
for
it's
kids.
cute, so we put it there.
It's cute.
Yes.
You did not open it.
It's adorable.
If you think it's
perfect
cute,
for kids.
you did not open it. Hitler is on the cover. He's on the fucking cover.
There was a Nintendo game where Hitler was the villain, so
Yeah, this is like Hitler like running with Hellboy on the cover. Like it's like Hitler's in it and doesn't make out that bad.
oh, Hitler and Hellboy BFFs.
No,
no.
Hellboy does try to hurt Hitler pretty bad in it.
Good.
That's consistent.
Always punch Hitler.
Yeah.
You know what?
Anyway.
The Avengers have a 6th issue out this
I
week.
thought it was the best one yet because
this
the
is-
Avengers actually did something cool in it,
And it's bringing-
go figure.
Yeah. This is also not really wrapping up, but kind of wrapping up the story arc.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they got to kick ass. That's what
Yes.
you want to see.
And names were taken.
Yes.
Ass was kicked.
Yep.
And here we have Batman and Robin #2. This is not my favorite comic book.
Nah. Mine either.
It's the coloring really throws me. It's got a very
not for everybody.
Yeah, it reminds me of the same problem that I had with Green Lantern when they got all of the rings and there was like the rainbow core and it was just.
Or you also had that problem with Naomi.
Naomi is another one where I was like, I thought that you had learned your lesson. Stop exploding big lights everywhere. It's like all you can concentrate on is the big panels of whiteness or color.
Well, this is the artist is doing the coloring and the maybe even the lettering too. Like it's like a whole package kind of thing.
But it's just weird that it would draw your attention away from the one thing you're supposed to be paying attention to.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but I do think that one of the things that helps make comics easier to follow visually is line work. And I think that with this coloring, there isn't a lot of black lines.
Yes.
And so because of that, it does end up being like you have to try a little harder to follow the action. But but that said, I did not actually read this comic book.
I will say that the main character of this, the name
Shush,
literally killed me when I found out that her name was Shush when she's She-Hush or Shush.
The weird thing about this is like if you can see, are we looking at the cover still?
We're still looking at the cover.
That who is Shush is so fucking hard to read. On the cover, like I bet you didn't even notice it said that.
I didn't know that there were words in there.
Yeah, it says who is Shush, but it's very difficult to read.
No, I'm not a fan.
Anyway,
whatever. I think they're fucking up. Batman, the Madness, the City of Madness. Even
this has beautiful Christian Ward art, and obviously I think he wrote it as well. It is not for me.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in this story at all.
It's too bad. There's some weird Lovecraft stuff in it.
If you're into Lovecraft stuff, it's you. It's all you.
But but the thing is,
you're gonna love it.
But here's the thing: they already did this story much better when Mignola did it as the Doom that came to Gotham.
Sure.
And I mean that's not to say that I don't want more crazy horror in my Batman comics because I do. But it's just not as good a version of a Lovecraft thing as the Mignola version.
Yeah, and
he didn't draw it. It was the other guy that drew it.
Nixie.
Yes,
Troy Nixie,
who I fucking love too.
Very good artist.
What was his other book that was really fun? Vinegar.
The Vinegaroons something.
That was.
But that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Jenny Finn.
Yep, he did Jenny Finn as well.
Jenny Finn was the artist there.
We also have a Blade comic this week. That would be Blade #4.
It was Balade.
Oh, right. He's Sade's son, so his name is pronounced Balade.
Yes.
And you know,
like Ruben Blades,
he is a smooth operator.
Hey yo! I set him up. You knock him down.
It's pretty good. I actually really like this Blade series. I think it's fun.
Yeah,
I'm digging it.
It looks fine.
It's not. Honestly, it's not as good as that Blade one-shot that set up the series was when he was sheriff of Vampire Town, and I was like, this shit is fucking awesome.
I mean,
and
that would have been much cooler if it was called Blade, Sheriff of Vampire Town. Boom, writes itself.
I mean, really, like literally, just call it fucking Blade, Sheriff of Vampire Town. I would fucking buy the shit out of that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if you're printing it on glossy paper, it's an uphill battle for me, but I will check out any comic that has cool art and writing,
including Bloodbork #2, the Blork Dominion.
Sounds good. I somehow skipped that one. Bloodbork.
Everybody loves Bloodbork.
Is that the Surgeon General Bork?
No, it's the Swedish
vampire?
Chef.
It's
the Swedish chef as a vampire. He's known as Bloodbork.
I thought it was Jefferson Bork, the former Surgeon General. What was his fucking name?
Oh my god, I can't remember. I just remember his shitty beard.
Fucking Bork.
Robert Bork. His name.
Okay.
And
AKA Bob Bork.
And followed by C. Everett Koop.
Koop, Bork, or Koop.
Cooper Bork.
Take your pick.
Yep. Silly world we live in.
Our next Surgeon General, Dorf
on Surgeon General.
Dorf on surgery.
We have here Captain Marvel Assault on Eden.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell's going on because I didn't read it.
I don't know what Eden is. This comic looks like fine if you like Captain Marvel. It has a Monica Rambeau backup story in it.
Yes.
Yes.
Rambeau.
Yes.
I don't know how they pronounce that. I assume it's Rambeau.
Rambeau is how I would, but I would put an emphasis, syllabic emphasis on Rambeau, so it's not Rambo.
Which is too bad because Rambo is cooler.
I mean, Rambo, I might fight you on that.
Really?
I like Monica Rambeau. She's one of my favorite characters, and I am not Rambo. First Blood Rambo is not one of my favorite characters.
Really?
I mean, he's fine.
First Blood Part 2?
I like Commando better.
Second Blood Part 3?
I don't know that one.
Third Blood Part 4?
I only watched the First Blood.
Fourth Blood Part 1?
I only saw the First Blood. And he did that thing where he set a trap that clamped on people's legs and they bled and screamed.
I did like that part.
It was a good trap. If I was setting a trap, that's the high water mark for traps.
It's not over. Nothing's over. That's all I think of when I think of that movie is him just yelling and turning away. It's not over. Nothing's over.
See, I like Commando because he had something positive to fight for, his daughter's safety. Whereas Rambo was just like, I'm fighting for fighting's sake.
Commando is the greatest movie ever made.
I love that movie.
It's insane that they still kept making action movies after that movie came out.
It's just like done.
Because
stick a fork in it. The genre is done.
It is the apotheosis of anything you can do in that genre. It's done. It's everything. It's all crammed together. You will never get better than Commando, and they never did.
Yeah, it's true.
There is nothing more Schwarzeneggerian than
maybe Running Man.
God,
maybe.
God, Running Man is the best fucking movie.
I love that movie too.
That's a sci-fi film, so it's not.
I
the same
realized
as
that actually all of my '80s movies, I was really into Schwarzenegger, and I never even really knew it consciously. It's just like all the ones I like, he's in. Predator,
Jesus,
fucking Terminator.
What was that really shitty one?
True Lies. That's good.
That's a good one. I was trying to think of the Raw Deal. I actually liked. Yeah. That's the shitty Cannon one he was in.
Yeah,
like that one.
Wait, what's the one where he's pregnant?
Junior. Yep.
Classic.
If you want a rundown of the plots of every single Arnold Schwarzenegger movie,
Kindergarten Cop.
Yep. All you need to do is purchase on Alternative Tentacles now Arno Core, the greatest band in the world.
What?
That is right. All of the songs are just words that were said by Arnold Schwarzenegger in his films. All of the lyrics are made up entirely of quotes from Schwarzenegger films.
Okay.
They sing in Arnold Schwarzenegger accents. They're all dressed up as him from Commando. When they play, they are the greatest band.
So it's like Mac Sabbath, but for Schwarzenegger films.
Yes, but drastically better, and they write their own music as opposed to Mac Sabbath.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, we play them in the store a lot, so you'll probably hear them eventually if you come in here.
I do come in here every Tuesday.
Here we go. All right, here's, I don't know, probably my favorite book of the week, honestly.
What is it?
CAPWOLF and the Howling Commandos.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good.
I loved this book. Like I said in the newsletter, it's going to sell like shit. There's no reason
you think it is?
There's no one in the world who would buy as many copies of this as I did. But I did it because
I love the store.
Because I love this thing and I want to push it on people because it is better than you think it's going to be.
It is the Halloween season.
It is the Halloween season.
There is never, you got to sell the fuck out of this
exactly.
thing. You got to like every single person that comes, hey, did you see CAPWOLF? Because here, I'll give you a 10% discount if you buy it right now.
Buy it right now. Look at this. It's got Captain America and he's a fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
God damn it.
What else
does anyone want out of comic books anymore?
Oh, I see you're buying Shush. Maybe you should buy Captain America as a werewolf instead.
Maybe you should shush the fuck up and buy this Captain America. Maybe you should Pokemon Go to the polls and buy CAPWOLF.
Oh, Pokemon Go to the polls. Yep.
Oh,
lost the election. I love that we can blame Trump on fucking Pokemon Go.
I feel like Pokemon Go may have lost the election.
I do think that was a watershed moment in the 2016 election.
It definitely made me not like her. I couldn't help it. I was like, oh, God.
I didn't like her going into it, but...
I don't like anybody.
I don't know. I still voted for her.
I still voted for her. The Cull.
This is good. I like this series.
There's no conquering, but...
No, it's a different kind of cull. This is Kelly Thompson, and I can't remember the artist's name, but just super rendered art that I normally do not go for, but is very good. And this is where shit starts going down, and it's good. Good series. Like it.
You can't go for that.
Sorry, I was fighting a burp there. I've been drinking this Sunkist.
Were you winning?
I was not.
Oh, no.
No, I was. I won. I didn't burp.
Oh, thank God.
I defeated it.
Excellent.
Internally.
Yeah. The call is great.
And you witnessed it on YouTube.
You should totally read it.
You can see the moment.
And
yeah,
also,
the call is great.
Speaking of things that are great, Creepshow, always great.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking anthology book. It's been amazing since the beginning.
Yeah, and this one I like better than the last one because it had less abortion horror, which
I
is
can't
not
help it. I
really
really liked that one.
Yeah,
I'm just an asshole.
It's not always going to be for everybody.
That sure is not for everybody. That, I can imagine, probably lost them some people.
This one might get him back.
Garth Ennis was like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah. Guy's a millionaire.
From what?
I don't know. I don't know if he's a millionaire. He's probably not.
I mean, he probably is. The Preacher Show probably.
Preacher Show made him some money. They made a Punisher movie out of his comics, so he probably got some money.
Probably.
Gets that fat Marvel stack.
Yes, that's the one thing we know is that Marvel pays
everybody
lots
so
money.
much money. We know it so well through anecdotal evidence.
Yep. Dingbats, Danger Street.
I like
Dangerous Dingbat Street.
Fucking, they should call this comic Yo-Yo because literally last issue hated, this issue loved it, issue before that loved it, issue before that hated it. It's it infuriating. But also I guess maybe probably just better as a trade.
Yep, agree. Damn them all to heck.
Cannot tell you a single thing about this comic book.
Daredevil, that issue where the Punisher shoots him in the belly.
Yeah, that doesn't actually happen in the comic. Spoiler.
No, doesn't he die? Doesn't he just sever his spine? And
oh, right. That's the one where Daredevil died, and then that's the last issue of Daredevil that ever happened.
Yep.
I will say, as I pointed out to Tristan earlier when I was flipping through it, normally my hatred of glossy paper is legendary. My hatred of Marvel's house coloring is also legendary. But I will say, for some reason, this book looks better this way. It just looks better. I've read the original. I've read this one. It looks better now. Get this one.
Yes.
If you're a diehard Frank Miller,
yeah. I mean, I read it in glossy. All of my Frank Miller, I read because I read it in the omnibuses.
Oh, sure.
So I read it in glossy form, and I loved it.
I read it as a yellowed ass fucking back issue.
Here we have my buddy. It's Christian Dabari with a new thing from Top Cow. It is Destiny Gate, and I will say this is. Listen, I love his stuff, and I've loved everything he's done, and he's a good friend of mine. He has kind of there's always been something where it's it kind of fits, kind of doesn't really fit. Sometimes it's sometimes he goes back and forth with some stuff, and this is so perfect. This is the first time that his art and the story have linked in just the most unbelievably perfect way.
Cool.
For some of these Top Cow books that he's been on. It's spectacular, and also I think he's stretching on this one too.
Swinging for the fences.
I think so. I think he really is.
It's always good.
This is a spectacular looking book. And of course Simon Gow's on it too, and Simon is
that the colorist.
I'm honestly, I hate to say this, but I really think he might be a genius.
Ooh.
I've seen a few things that he's done, and I'm just he might be the best colorist in the world.
Wow.
And just his ability to take a sketch and turn it into a piece of art, it's beyond me. His just grasp of light and shadow are some of the best I've ever seen, and I don't know. I would never tell him this because
he's a real Caravaggio of comic book coloring.
He's a fucking genius.
Nice.
No way around it.
Well, that's cool. I didn't look at this one.
But yeah,
now I feel like I should have.
It's super good. It's got some weird it's his something about the steampunkiness of this one manages to tamp down Dabari's natural Hellraiser. I'm just gonna make everything bloody and monstery and everything sharp points, and it's got that that style that he loves to do. And this is just like, it just feels like he's doing so much more than I've ever seen him do. It's just a beautiful looking book, and it's a cool story, and I'm excited to see more of it. You know, that said, he should never do any books except for Rad Wraith.
Correct.
Should I tell that anecdote, or should I keep that?
I mean, depending on, you did say you wanted to get through these comics so you could go to sleep.
Okay, I'm not going to then. There's an anecdote. If you want to hear it, I'll tell it.
No, you should tell it. It's pretty cool.
It's super weird. Okay,
it's not that weird. It's
sense. Weird to me, but it was cool because apparently Dabari got a phone call from Fat Mike of NoFX to do some storyboarding
for the Punk Rock Museum,
and of course the founder of the Punk Rock Museum, to do storyboards for his new video. Maybe it's a video for the Punk Rock Museum. I didn't really get exact details of what it is, if it's NoFX or whatever. But
maybe it's Fishbone. He produced their new EP.
Ooh, that would be amazing. But either way, he apparently was made aware of Dabari from his manager giving him Rad Wraith.
Which is saying, cool.
Take a look at this. And so I was like, oh, that's super cool. Maybe get him to push the book.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Push it real good.
Yes. In my version, it's the old MTV theme. Earth Divers 1776 Part 1. This is a brand new story arc for Earth Divers. So I think Columbus is actually, you know what, I'm not going to say what happened because I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
But maybe they
can't spoil it because I didn't read
maybe they killed Columbus. Who knows?
What? Columbus the guy?
Yes, because fuck that dude.
Yeah, I mean, he deserved a lot worse.
He sure did.
Hopefully they cut his dick off first and fed it to him.
Slowly over the course of a few days. Yeah. Anyway, but yes, there it is. Earth Divers, new story. As I've said before, I'm a huge fan of Stephen Graham Jones. I think he is awesome, and you should read it. And also, you should read his books because he writes a damn good horror story.
Excellent.
Only Good Indian, I would do first. Hard as a Chainsaw, and the sequel to Hard as a Chainsaw.
Nice.
Both of those are really great, and there's a few others that are also awesome.
Great.
Anyway, Jeff Lemire's Fish Flies number 2 is out yet again. This time,
this is already out.
This time, it's not misprinted.
Oh, they reverse some pages in it. That's right.
Yep. So they
your corrected edition.
Done fucked it up. So if you got one from us, you got a bad one, just bring it in or just tell me and I'll give you one.
Nice.
I trust you. You're all trustworthy folks out there in the world.
You just need the secret password, which is, this is fucked up.
Dude, you really fucked this up. We've got Garbage Pail Kids, and they're trashing through time.
Oh, yeah, and they're polybagged for your protection.
So that you can get a card.
Yeah, you get a card.
Super frustrating that, like, the stupid Garbage Pail Kids don't come with cards.
I know. I'm got this cord under my foot.
Got the whole world in your hands.
I don't. If only I did. But, yeah, it's cool that it comes with a card.
Yeah, it's great. They had some sort of deal with Topps where they were like, you can't make them the right size, so they're like slightly bigger than a normal Garbage Pail Kids card.
And they don't come with bubble gum.
Jerks. Anyway, Green Lantern number 4.
That's fine.
Brave and the Bold and
there's also a backup feature featuring a new DC character that you'll care about if you like DC, maybe. No guarantees.
I'm gonna just pass over that and say that there's a new Groot comic out this week.
There is, yeah.
And there's a new Guardians of the Galaxy comic out
Actually, I really like that. It has a new character as well, and he has ears on his neck, and I like him a lot. He's cool. I almost bought this comic book, but I decided not to at the last minute.
That young man's name? Johnny Neck Ears.
It is. I think it is Johnny. I don't know. It's not.
Something.
He has a name. It's interesting. I liked it. It's fine. It was a fine comic book.
Fine and dandy like a sour candy.
Just fine.
House of Slaughter number 18 is out.
Still slaughtering.
Still housing.
But still in the same house.
Yes.
Get me out of this house before I get slaughtered.
House Party of Slaughter is going to be my book.
Pajama Jammy Jam of Slaughter.
Well, that would be House Party of Slaughter 2.
That's the one I'm doing.
Which would be a Pajama Jammy Jam. I love how that commercial, being a person who grew up in the 90s, that commercial really got stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling, even at the time, you're just going to drop Pajama Jammy Jam on me as if I'm supposed to know what the fuck that means. I mean, I assume you're going to wear pajamas at this house party.
Do they?
But yeah,
I've never seen House Party 2. I assume they did.
They did.
Because they did announce that it was a Pajama Jammy Jam. So why else would you say that if
exactly.
you weren't wearing pajamas?
Ola, 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 a. Roll with Kid and Play now.
All right.
Hunger in the Dusk. That was their one hit.
Oh.
That was their wonderful one hit.
Their hit. I like the art in this comic book.
Which one?
The one you just said the name of.
Hunt for the Skinwalker or Hunt for Texas Ranger?
Hunger
and the Dusk.
Hunger and the Dusk.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the art in that one.
Yeah, it's good.
And then also House of Skinwalker.
House of Skinwalker, Texas Ranger. Hunt for Skinwalker is a thing. It's based on the book of a similar name, and it is about the Skinwalker Ranch, which is full of aliens and radioactivity and all sorts of things.
And it's also where George Lucas lives. I'm going to make that joke every time.
I mean, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
Let's see. A Haunted Girl.
Oh, yeah.
This book, really good. I wish I had actually read it. Like I gave it a flip, and I was like, "Oh, this looks really good," and I didn't read it.
Yeah, I unfortunately also didn't read it.
So
I had to meet some people.
That was something where I literally had it in my hands, and I was flipping through it, and then a customer pulled me aside, and I was like, I moved on to the next thing, and just forgot that I didn't finish it. But it looks amazing, and I'm excited about it.
Nice. It wasn't me. I wasn't the customer.
You were not. I don't consider you a customer.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I consider it one.
Okay, good. Kea.
Wait, wasn't there another comic after the...
Kea.
No, Kea is good. I like Kea all in general. It's a comic I like. This issue is cool, and I like what they're doing in that. Like, basically, they're doing the storyline that will become the trade, and then this is like a bonus issue that has kind of like back matter and like short stories and like pinups and fan art, and it's cool. I really like this comic book a lot. Wes Craig's Kea is very good and worth picking up in either single issue or trade paperback form.
Excellent. I agree. Yeah. And I will also say we have out this week Mad Magazine in wow
Mad Magazine. I read the whole thing.
Mad Magazine this
while
week
you were setting up the camera
is great if you are anywhere between 37 and 47 years
there's
old.
Definitely. I cannot imagine like a 10-year-old being like, oh, a Jacko reference. Oh, a reference to the yo-yo fad.
Here's the thing, that Jacko thing that you're mentioning, like when you say it, it's like, oh, that is dated. Michael Jackson? No. It's more dated than Michael Jackson.
Way more dated than
Jacko, the Australian guy that advertised Energizer batteries for that like 2-year period when America loved Australia.
Yes, the Crocodile Dundee years.
The Crocodile Dundee years. We call those Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2 years.
Yes, that's correct.
And the year that we decided we hated him, the second, Yahoo Serious movie, that would be.
Wait, he had 2 movies?
He did. And the second
remember
one was
only Young
Frankenstein.
No, it wasn't Young
Sheldon.
It was Frank.
It's Young Einstein.
Young Einstein. Young Einstein. Oh man, can I tell you? This is like a totally weird thing that I just thought of, but this is the kind of thing that is funny. I went into a gas station yesterday because it's Halloween season. You get all these places that have horror movie, or not horror movie, but like spooky time music. And I walked in, and it was the Putting on the Ritz, but not like the version from Young Frankenstein, which would have been amazing. But it was just like that weird, like kind of updated version.
The Falco?
Maybe
Oh,
whoever.
no, Taco. I'm sorry.
Taco, yeah.
Taco was his
But
name.
it was like so weird to go into this totally empty gas station with just a person working in there, and it was just like,
Where to go to?
putting
Why
on
would
the,
you go? Where
and it was
that
just
is
so
to-
surreal. And then I wanted to be like, put on the ring, but I didn't, because then I was like, I don't want to be perceived as making fun, because like obviously the 20 whatever year old person working behind that has
There's
never
no
seen Young
chance in
Frankenstein.
hell they've seen Young Frankenstein.
Anyway, it's
my
funny
God.
to walk into a store with that playing. That's
It
my
is.
story.
Let me just tell you, it's not as funny as The Marvels.
That is just that Captain Marvel comic
Yep.
with a variant. This is a variant cover of the Captain Marvel comic that we already talked about.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's just got put in the wrong place. I'm sorry, I grabbed it.
Oh, thanks.
I grabbed one of everything. It's just a variant cover for that Captain Marvel Eden comic.
Well, you know what we have here?
What?
We have the first appearance of Lady Magneto. Legnito.
It's actually the second appearance.
Second appearance of Legnito.
Legnito. I thought it was Magneto. Her name's Meg.
I hope so. Is that true? Please tell me that's true.
I just made it up on the spot.
Okay, well then, luckily that means that I'm still free to make a megalodon that has the powers of Magneto.
You could. There is technically. Michael Kupperman did a story in an issue of X-Men or something that had, it was like Wolverine's dream, and it's like this whole thing where
Strange Tales.
Magneto is a goose, and he's like, it's like they're fighting Magneto, but then he just like turns into a goose and starts going like honk honk. And it's like, it's really funny. It's very, very funny. But there's a whole thing about Maggie Nito and apparently there's been another comic since then that featured this female version of Magneto called Maggie Nito, and therefore now this character from this dumbass Michael Kupperman thing is Marvel canon.
Love that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I
That's
love
great.
the way comics work sometimes.
Same. I also will have to say though, in defense of this, in defense of just a random like clone character showing up of another character, I love this design. I think the hair and in the helmet and all that looks fucking awesome. So,
Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't rate it.
Mech Cadets.
That is, they're reprinting the originals of this. Is that what's happening?
That is correct.
Because it's a cartoon or something?
Yep. Did you read this? I didn't even try it
What
because
is
it
it?
didn't seem to be my thing. But Midlife, or How to Hero at 50.
Yeah, I flipped through it enough to see that it wasn't something I wanted to read, but it doesn't look bad. Brian Buccellato, or however you say that guy's name, is a good writer and inker, oddly. I like the inker transitioning to writer. I believe he's writing the Justice League versus King Kong series that's coming out. It does a lot of like tie-in stuff. But yeah, I'm sure it's fine. It's just, I don't know. It made me feel old because it's like a person who's my age but was a cool superhero in the 90s, and I'm like, I was a cool no, I was in high school in the 90s. Wait, this makes me feel old, and now I don't want to read it.
Hey, I peaked in high school too.
Yeah, exactly.
Same.
As we all did.
Moon Knight, City of the Dead.
I didn't read it.
Moon Knight versus the Werewolf by Night.
You better get it because there's only one left.
There sure is, and it's reprints of old things.
Yeah, it's
so
cool. There's some Sienkiewicz in there.
There is.
Yeah.
Mine Little Pony.
My Little Pony.
Mein lieber Schatz and der Pony. Unicorn of Odd. It's a Wizard of Oz parody. A thing that has never been done by a cartoon before.
But has it ever
never
been
be done again.
with ponies?
No. You know what? I'd almost guarantee that it was probably done on the original My Little Pony cartoon. Because it seems like it was done on every cartoon at some point.
Yeah.
I know.
Trope.
I remember Scooby-Doo doing it. Here's one that I did not read or even pay attention to at all. Knights with an N.
I
But
did
not a K.
not love the art in this enough to really figure out what it was going on.
Fair.
I'm sorry, whoever drew it. My apologies.
Well, how about Operation Sunshine?
Well, this is drawn by David Rubin, so yes, I do love this art.
Yes.
This is the Zabrowski, right? No.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's Henry Zabrowski from Last Pod on the
Pod
Left.
on the left, and Rubin, and possibly the other Last Pod on the Left people.
Yes. I think so.
Additionally, Marcus Parks.
Marcus Parks, is that another?
That's another person.
Okay.
And there's a third.
KJ Gibbet. KJ
KJ Gibbets, yes.
Diaz and Farron Delgado.
Oh, I don't know who they are.
The probably letterer and colorist. Anyway, that is out. It's another thing it's another Dark Horse book with horror in it, so you know it's going to be fucking good.
Yeah.
They're really doing it.
Yeah.
They're really doing it right now. Like, they are my favorite company currently. Like, everything that comes out from them so far has been at least worthy of note, if not like legitimately good.
Yeah. They're basically putting out the stuff that Image would have put out like a few years ago, and now Image is just, I don't even know what Image is really doing.
Floundering.
Not totally, because the Cull is Image, and that's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like Image's identity is shifting yet again.
It is.
Whereas Dark Horse is like, hey, we'll publish this stuff.
Well, I mean, I do like the idea that it's breaking up in a way that you're getting the horror stuff from Dark Horse, and then you get the sort of personal, like weird personal stories from Image. The
Cull is definitely horror.
It is. That's true. The Cull, well, no, because of how he writes, it probably would not have done well at Dark Horse.
Kelly Thompson.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was Cullen Bunn.
No.
Because it had Cull in the title, so I assumed
he assumed it was Cullen Bunn because it was called The Cull. Nice.
Oh, boy.
That's my comic, The Bob.
Anyway, here is Wesley Dodds, The Sandman.
I think that Riley Ross, this is like my favorite Riley Rossmo art and I like
absolutely.
I like Rossmo, but I think this is like this is what he should be drawing. It's very cool. I'm psyched for this, but I didn't read it.
It's really good. It's oldie timey. It's very like it's very Tommy Guns and like you know.
I mean, it's
your
hard
old gangsta stuff. So it is
never gonna top Guy Davis. Like you can't top Guy Davis for Sandman. You know, Wesley Dodds Sandman. But that said, I like this a lot.
And if you like really crotch-heavy shots of superheroes, you're gonna love Scorched.
Oh yeah,
I
love heavy crotch.
That is a lot of crotch on that cover.
Get it.
Like the most crotch I've seen on a superhero cover. Let's see, and we have Silver Surfer Rebirth Legacy. Who's that? Is that Magus on the cover? Whoa.
I think that's Adam Warlock.
What's the difference?
It also has Penis Fell.
Right. Good. Something epic.
Yes, you like this one.
Something Sonic. Something else Sonic, but it's Halloween themed. And Space Usagi.
Oh, this is so weird.
It is very weird.
It's really strange. So if there was a issue of Usagi, and it's the first Dark Horse issue, and I was like, I like this. It's cool. It came out, I guess, a month ago. Yep. And then this came out, Space Usagi, and I was like, oh, new number one. He's doing 2.
Yeah.
So I looked at it, and it's a continuation of the last issue.
It's weird.
And there's nothing to do with Space Usagi. And then 3/4 of the way after all of it ends, the whole story finishes, then it's like this kid is reading it in a comic book, and Space Usagi is. It's just like such a weird transition, and I honestly love it. I've never seen anything like it in a comic book before, and that is in itself
noteworthy.
Yeah,
I agree.
So cool and worth picking up. But if you are like, oh, Space Usagi number 1, it's actually continuing the story from last time, which was a snow demon in the woods.
That's Snow Demon.
What?
I'm mostly quoting an episode title for Scooby-Doo, but the episode known as That's Snow Ghost.
Oh, that thing's about to fall.
I don't give a shit. They're just comic books.
But it could affect the camera angle.
I don't even like those. Let's see. Spider-Man, but India.
Yes. Is this the one where he gets the still lame new costume?
I thought his new costume looked cool. I like it.
It's not as cool as the one from the film.
It's pretty similar.
Is it?
Similar enough for rock and roll.
Gonna look.
While you're looking, I'm going to talk about a Superior Spider-Man returning. Finally.
Yeah, it's not as good.
Superior Spider-Man Returns.
Oh yeah.
I really liked this. I really liked Superior Spider-Man, so I enjoy that story. This is
For a comic with 6 artists, it's pretty good.
It is surprising that there are that many artists on this.
Well, it's because half of it is a flashback.
That is true. Most of it is flashback. All of the parts with Superior Spider-Man are flashback in this issue.
Yep.
But eventually we will find out why and when he returns. And yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's a repercussion of a thing that happened in one of the old issues, and it gets unleashed, and we will see how that shakes out later on. Star Signs is a comic book that I know nothing about.
Same.
Dark Droids is a comic that I know is a zombie story, except it's zombie droids.
Yes.
And it's fun. And this is on Mustafar, which is a fun place to set anything.
Oh, is that where the Wookiees are from?
They're from Kashyyyk, you monster.
I don't know where.
That's where the Kashyyykian rat monkeys are from.
Oh, sorry. Is that where they play jizz music?
You don't want to know where they play jizz music. It's got a lot of tarps.
Also, I know they play jizz music on Tatooine.
That's true, and lots of other places. I mean,
they do? It's not just a Tatooinian?
No, the modal nodes tour all over the place.
I like the Swanky Modes better.
Who are the Swanky Modes?
That's the band from Tapeheads.
Oh, yes. Fuck, Tapeheads.
So good.
Remember what they did to Jello Biafra? Said Jello as he was hauling them away. Anyway, The Mandalorian, number 5.
Yes.
And Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense because he's a boy now and he will be a man then. I get it.
Yep.
Superman, but he's lost.
This is a good comic.
You're not going to find that Superman.
He's already been found.
What?
It's the story of how he finds himself again.
Does he find love?
Yes.
Oh.
He's married.
Does he find Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles having a Halloween special?
No.
Oh, well,
he'd get sued.
You can find that right here at the comic shop. That is IDW's Saturday Morning Adventures with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's a Halloween special. Come on, you know you love it. But if you don't love it, then you're going to love when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meet Street Fighter yet again in issue 4.
In the 4th issue of it.
In the 4th dimension, World's Finest Teen Titans. This series is awesome.
Yeah, I do really like it, even though it's very difficult for me to process a story featuring the original Teen Titans that has social media challenges as a plot point. But that said, it's great. The art's great. It's fun. Mark Waid's on fire back at DC. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy that someone who's read the fucking comics is making them.
I agree.
It always makes me happy.
This country, undiscovered.
Ooh. So Star Trek 6?
This comic book is just the plot of Star Trek 6. I don't know how he got away with it, but Scott Snyder gets cut a lot of slack.
Yeah, he sure does.
Hey-oh. Venom number 26 is out.
Oh, yeah. Black Widow is a Venom now.
She's a Venom.
She's a blood Venom.
Gonna call her Blenheim.
Yep.
Look at this. Look at this shit. That's J.H. Williams III drawing a cover for Walking Freaking Dead. Whose idea was that?
Wait.
Nope.
Oh, do you just have the only one over there? I didn't even look at it. I just grabbed it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Look at that.
What?
It's a beautiful
J.H.
cover.
Williams III.
So grody.
He's so good.
And we got some weird work.
Still weird.
If you like the shaky cane, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know it's a classic story. Wolverine back in the trenches with Captain America before he was a werewolf.
We love it.
We love it, except that he's not a werewolf.
Yeah, it would be better if he was a werewolf.
Honestly, I can't think of a single comic here that wouldn't be better with a werewolf in it, so it's difficult for me.
What? There's a... Who... Is that...
It's that guy.
Cho?
No.
Drew this.
Oh my God, he drew the Batman '89.
Quinones?
Yes.
No.
Wonder Woman: War of the Gods.
No, it's Romulo Farjad Shardo Jr.
I think you're making that up because I'm almost positive I saw that on Quinones's Instagram feed, but maybe it was somebody else. I don't follow that string of syllables that you just mentioned.
It says Lionel Francis Yu and Romulo Fajardo Jr. cover artist. So that's the one with Captain America. And then it says Adi Granov or Lionel Francis Yu and Romulo Fajardo Jr. cover arts. But no, it's neither of them. I know it's not either of them. Who did this? It looks like Michael Cho to me.
I don't know. Maybe it is.
I don't know. It's cool. It's got the classic X-Men.
Yes, it's an homage. And homage. We got X-Men Red. Better dead than red.
Yup.
X-Men.
Yeah, and it has a backup featuring Shark Girl.
And Lava Boy.
And Sunspot.
You know what? Yeah, that's pretty close.
Maybe that's what they were going for.
I think it's a Shark Boy and Lava Girl thing. I think that is because that's Shark Girl and Lava Boy, basically.
I don't even know what that's from, but I recognize the words together in a sentence.
That is one of many of the oh my God, Renegade Pictures kids movies from the Spy Kids.
Oh,
Robert Rodriguez's
there you go.
Kids film.
Holes filled.
Oeuvre.
Hole in memory is filled.
There you go.
Got it.
Yes, you can use those brain cells for something else now.
Yay.
Anyway, that's it. We did it. We made it through.
Yeah.
I had to use the shitty iPad, so I know this thing is dragging, and I do apologize for that.
Oh, that's okay. I actually have a built-in delay, so they're used to it with me.
It also means that I don't need to do such a good job lining it up because it's just going to suck anyway. So perfect. Anyway, that's it. Come to our screening of Blood Diner.
Yes.
Which is going to be October 29th at the Nickelodeon Cinemas.
I got scared because Facebook told me you changed the location of it recently, and I was like, "What?" But then it said it was at the Nickelodeon, so I was like, "That's where it was before."
I think it just added tickets to the thing, so now you can actually click on it and you can buy tickets. All right. They are now available.
I plan to attend, and you have cool T-shirts.
And we're going to make cool T-shirts. Well, actually, we already have made cool T-shirts, and we're going to do screen-printed posters and everything.
Oh, wow.
So Jackie's going to sign some screen-printed posters. You can buy some exclusive Blood Diner merch that's only going to be there, and it'll all be signed by Jackie. This is kind of a nice, cheap, cheaty way to pay for her flights and housing and all that stuff.
Cool.
So, cool. Thank you so much. And also, she's got her comic, and we'll have her here signing those as well.
Nice.
So please attend all of these events. It's going to be super cool.
Yeah.
These are the kinds of things that we bring to you because you shop at Coast City Comics. That is how I afford to do these things that do not make a money. They do not turn a profit. They, in fact, lose me money every single time I do them. I literally can count the number of these things that have turned a profit on one finger. And that was when we did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was the only screening that we actually might have turned a profit on.
Well, we can help break as close to even as possible by continuing to spend money at Coast City Comics and coastcitycomics.com.
Excellent. Please do that. We appreciate it. And tell your friends, tell everybody, tell them to go to this screening, and also tell them that you want a screening of Haunt, because we're going to do another screening of Haunt regardless of what anyone thinks, because I bought a bunch of Damien merchandise. So so we have Haunt masks, and we have Strangers Pray at Night Man in the Mask masks. So do that, and we'll get Damien back up here to sign a bunch of shit, and it'll be cool.
Cool.
And he can sign your copy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game or whatever you got. So Damien Maffei, our buddy from the Funbox Monster podcast, occasional co-host of the Funbox Monster podcast and star of many horror movies, will do that thing up too. So Thank you so much, and we will see you next week. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.